Welcome to my channel. My name is Adina. I'm an intuitive astrologer, and in these weekly videos, I go over the astrology and the energy for the week ahead. So in this video, we will be going over the energy for May 15th to the 21st of 2023. If you align with my energy and you enjoy my content, please subscribe to this channel and like this video, and also feel free to comment anything below, any questions that you may have about the week ahead or the astrology. I would be happy to help you. So let's get right into it. I like to start these weekly videos off by going over some of the energy that we are currently moving through. Late Sunday evening or early Monday morning, you will have, depending on your time zone, we will have Mercury station direct. And Mercury is only going to be 2 degrees away from the North Node. Mercury will station direct at 5 degrees, and the North Node will be at 3 degrees of Taurus. So this will be nice because we have been dealing with Mercury retrograde over the past few weeks. This one has been intense because we had this one during eclipse season. So I'm sure a lot of you have felt it, as I have, especially with the communication. And this one was, in Taurus. It's an earth sign, and so we tend to feel these ones a little bit more. Now, this one really feels like whenever a planet stations direct, it's like this jolt of energy. And because it is so close to the North Node, it's like something clicks. So over the last few weeks, if you've been moving through something where you don't know what direction to take, maybe confusion, just confused, things have come up during this eclipse season that has required your attention and your awareness, releasing people and things that are no longer in alignment. Now it's like, where do I go? What direction do I take? And with Mercury stationing direct, this is really bringing in clarity for all of this. So of course, it's not going to be like a huge jolt. I absolutely know what I want because Mercury will still be in shadow for a couple of weeks, meaning that Mercury's just picking up his speed and then has to reach that 15-degree point where Mercury stationed retrograde, and then Mercury will start to pick up the pace. So, however, though, it's still a different energy. There's not this energy of cloudiness. The cloudiness is lifted. Our mind is more clearer. We can understand better. We can communicate better. We don't have issues with technology anymore. So there's this clarity around the direction that you want to go in when it comes to your journey, your purpose, your mission. It's the North Node. It's only 2 degrees away. And so this is really nice and really interesting. And I really wanted to bring that to your awareness. If you have been moving through some energy that's been really sticky, really unclear, unsure of the direction you want to take, this can definitely help in figuring that out and receiving intuitive downloads. I also want to go over the fact that when we enter this week on Monday, we will have Jupiter at that 29-degree point of Aries before Jupiter enters Taurus on the 16th. So this Jupiter reaching the 29th degree point is activating that solar eclipse energy that we had in April at 29 degrees of Aries. This energy was very much about owning our power. Now, it's the 29th degree, so the 29th degree is about endings. It's about closing cycles to begin something new. So a lot of this eclipse energy has really been about wrapping up and releasing in order to start something fresh. And if you listen to my videos or watch my videos, you will always hear me talk about the North Node entering Aries and stepping into our personal power. And that is what we are moving through now, is a lot of energy of releasing what no longer is in alignment, what no longer is serving us. So that over the next 18 months is all going to be about personal development, personal power, and stepping into you and who you truly are as a sovereign being. So the Jupiter activating that 29th degree point can bring things up that you were moving through back in the middle of April. So if you think back to anything that was going on for you, there may be a revisiting of some of those things. So, coming into Monday, we still have Jupiter at that 29th degree point. We will have the moon enter Aries, and then we will have Mars form a trine to Neptune. So, the moon in Aries can really be nice for action, willpower, motivation, drive, really getting things done. And then with this trine to Neptune, Mars is still in Cancer, so with Mars in Cancer, there's sometimes this lack of motivation. There's this Mars doesn't do that well in Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. Mars is very fiery. Sometimes there's this energy of not even knowing how to really process emotions or express emotions. However, with this trine between Mars and Neptune, this is really nice for intuitively knowing the actions that you want to take. So I really love this energy for that. If there's anything that you need to do, listen to your intuition. There's energy here to support this energy of just intuitively knowing what to do. And then on Tuesday, we have Jupiter entering Taurus. So I posted a whole video about Jupiter and Taurus, and I also go over all 12 rising signs. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out. I go into a few of the Jupiter transits as well while Jupiter is moving through Taurus. However, as soon as Jupiter enters Taurus, Jupiter is going to form a square to Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, and the moon will be fairly close to Chiron at this time in Aries. I also posted a demonstration video where I went into the chart of the T square that we will be moving through this week between Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars once Mars enters Leo. So if you want, you can also check that out. But the square between Jupiter and Pluto retrograde, this is at the 0 degree point, which is all about beginnings. And with Jupiter coming into Taurus, I think that on a collective level, there is a lot that we are moving through when it comes to our money and our finances. And Pluto is even forming squaring the nodes, and it's becoming more of a closer square. And so if you really actually get into what we've been going through with our financial systems and our money and how they really want to take paper money away, cash away, and we are moving into digital currency, this really all has to do with the astrology. And with Jupiter entering Taurus, we are going to see a lot more of that. And so this week, I think we need to watch for what's on the news, what's going on with the money, because I think we will definitely be hearing more about that. Personally, this can really have to do with something that you are moving through psychologically, emotionally. And Pluto is all about really bringing things to the surface. And so whatever story you are currently moving through in your own personal life, this can really be a stop or a hold or a sudden shock where you just have to sit with energy. And that's really what a square and T-squares kind of force us to do, is sit with it, intuitively feel it, feel what comes to us, develop this internal knowing that can help guide you through and truly develop the trust within yourself and within your intuition to help guide you through these tricky astrology transits. And so if anything is coming up for you this week that is challenging, that is maybe unexpected with your finances, because that is Taurus. I also apologize if you hear fireworks in the background because someone's doing fireworks. Hopefully it's not too loud. Anyways, because it's Taurus, this can be your money, your finances, or material possessions of some kind, your housing, food. These are all Taurus themes. So collectively, I think we will be seeing a lot of that. And also, like I said before, I did post a video where I go a little bit more deeper into that energy if you want to check that out. And then on Wednesday, we will have the moon enter Taurus. And so the moon is going to start its balsamic phase, meaning that the moon is moving closer to the sun, where we have the new moon in Taurus at the end of the week. And so this is a time of surrendering, of releasing, sitting with the energy. So this week, there is a lot of just feeling it, sitting with it, maybe not acting too quickly, and also just shocking things may be happening that you are unexpected. And so we really don't want to act too quickly this week. We really want to sit with the energy and move through it. And there's a lot of stuff here that can be psychological. This can have to do with your healing, even subconsciously, like anything that is maybe subconscious that you thought you moved through or you didn't even know was there can come to the surface to your awareness because it's something that needs to be released and let go of. Now, sorry, I hit the thing again. Now, once the sun enters Gemini on, oh my gosh, when does that happen? Oh, on Sunday. Sorry. I'm moving ahead quickly just a bit, but once the sun moves into Gemini, the sun will form a trine to Pluto, which is going to alleviate that hard square and T-square energy. So that will be really nice. So where this entire week we are moving through something that can be difficult, that can require us to stop and put the brakes on something. When the sun moves into Gemini on Sunday, we will have this light come in, this insight, this energy that's kind of alleviated, and a better understanding of how to move through it, where to go, and even ideas, because Gemini rules our mind, right? Gemini is about communicating and ideas and all of that. And so at the end of the week comes Sunday and into next week, which I'll get into next week, there's more of these ideas coming in, insight and things like that. So I know I moved ahead to Sunday. So let's reverse back a little bit. On Thursday, we have the moon in Taurus, which is hitting all of that energy in Taurus. So we've got Mercury in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus, plus the North Node. And so Thursday, we can feel a lot of anxiety. It may be very hard to focus because it's the moon with Uranus, plus Mercury is in there. So there's a lot of energy here of scatterbrain is honestly the best term I can think of. The moon is also our emotions and our feelings. And so we may be feeling anxious and feeling all over the place. We may feel like our emotions are all over the place. And it can be, whatever this square is creating with Jupiter and Pluto. And so this week can be a really tricky week all around, right? Because it's just we're going through and moving through a lot of energies. And then Friday we have that new moon in Taurus at 28 degrees. So this new moon is at the last degree points of Taurus, and this is also the first lunation in Taurus that we have had over the last year that has not been an eclipse. So we will have an eclipse in Taurus at the end of the year, but it will be, it's a lunar eclipse, so it's not a solar eclipse. But this is the first new moon we've had that's not an eclipse in Taurus over the past year. So it's really nice. We're not going to have that intense eclipse energy with this new moon. Now, this new moon is really about new beginnings when it has to do with these Taurus themes of money and finances. And so again, there's a lot of energy around here about our material possessions, our money, our finances. What is the direction that we are going to take with our money collectively and individually? This can be a time where there are a lot of people that don't want to do the digital currency. And that can be another thing with this hard square and T-square with Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars, is that, there's the government that's really pushing, this digital currency, and a lot of people don't want it. And this can really cause an uproar or a fight with that opposition. And so again, we really want to just be mindful of a lot of these things that we are currently moving through collectively and individually. And this week, a lot of it will be coming to the surface for us to be aware of and move through. Also on Saturday, we have Mars entering Leo, which is when we have that tight T square. Mars will then form an opposition to Pluto, and then we have a T square between Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto in Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. And so, again, I did post a video about this. You want to know if you have any personal planets or points in the fixed signs that are around that 0 degree point, because there will be a hard activation of that. Again, this is about our money, our finances, the direction we are going, and then also whatever Pluto is bringing up for you throughout the week. There's a breaking point here. There's something that's requiring you to stop. There could be a shift or a change to the story. And so just be aware, and that's why I make these videos, so that you can all be aware of the energy coming in, better prepare for it. So this week is a little bit of a challenging week. We do have Mercury direct, so let's stay optimistic. Mercury will be direct. However, there are a lot of endings and beginnings and just a shifting and changing this week. And then on Sunday, we have the Sun entering Gemini, which will then form a trine to Pluto and sextile Mars. And so where we have that hard energy, on Sunday, we have the Sun enter Gemini, which will alleviate or bring in, it will bring in, I'm trying to think of the right word, an avenue, a direction that will help in alleviating that energy, if you know what I mean. Insight, something will come in where you'll have an understanding maybe of, oh, okay, I know now I can do this, or this is what I have to do. And so things become a little bit more clearer, and you understand maybe the direction that you need to take. And that's really the energy that we are moving through this week. And so meditate, drink your water. We've had a lot of solar flares, and so we've really been going through it, our bodies, when we're all evolving at the same time and ascending and waking up. So drink a lot of water, make sure you're grounding, get your feet on the ground if you can, and that really helps move through these difficult energies. Meditate, listen to frequency music, and just sit, go within, see what comes up for you, journal. I love doing this when the energy is hard, or I do this every night because I love doing it, and maybe I'm a meditation junkie, I don't know. But I also love manifesting, and I'm actually currently creating a course on manifesting, and I'm currently creating a course on how to read your birth chart. So thank you so much for joining me in this weekly forecast. I am looking forward to connecting with you all in the next one. Leave a comment below if you would like any specific guidance on anything with your birth chart or the weekly energies, and I will connect with you all in the next one.